Hi, welcome back to painfreeover50.com. I'm going to do a Q&A, some frequently asked questions. Um, some of our community members have posted some questions here for me, so I thought I'd quickly go through them. Most of them are about intermittent fasting, and I've been an intermittent faster for about 4 years. And I started doing that for my menopause symptoms. And I couldn't believe how quickly my menopause symptoms went away just after a few days of doing intermittent fasting. So I'm here to answer a few questions. So Alice K asked, what is a fasting protocol? Well, a fasting protocol is the length of time that a person is going to fast during the day. So the fasting windows, for instance, every day has 24 hours. So some people fast for 8 hours and then, they'll have breakfast and then 8 hours later, they might have lunch, right? Or dinner. Um, some people will fast for, uh, 16 hours. Like they'll stop eating by 8 p.m. and then throughout the entire night that they're sleeping about 8 hours, and then they'll skip breakfast and then they'll have lunch. So that's a 16-hour fasting window. They're not eating anything. They're drinking water, which is important, and maybe plain black coffee, or something like that. But uh, you know, they're not eating for a full 16 hours. And then the 8 hours that are left in the 24-hour day, they would eat during that time. So maybe they'd eat, two meals during that time, or they'd eat two meals and a snack, or several snacks, or maybe they'd eat, for most of that window, that'd be a lot. But they can do it any way they want to. So that's a fasting protocol. And the protocol that I recommend, well, at least what helped me as a menopausal woman over 50, that is the 20-hour fasting window with a 4-hour eating window. That's the 20 to 4 ratio, right? So you have 20 hours that you do not eat. That's what I did. Okay. So at 8 p.m., I stopped eating and I usually go to bed by like 9, 10 o'clock at night, at the very latest 10 o'clock. So if I stop eating at 8 p.m., I have all night to fast. I'm asleep, so it's easy. Uh, and then wake up, black coffee, water. I do not eat. I do not put cream in my coffee, no MCT oil in my coffee, no sugar, no sweetener, not even a no calorie sweetener, because that no calorie sweetener can mess with your insulin levels, and that'll kick you out of your fast. That's not a true fast. So I don't recommend no calorie sweetener. Um, so black coffee, water throughout the day. And then at 4 o'clock, I break my fast, with a healthy snack and then eat dinner. Sometimes I'll have another snack after dinner, just depends. I really try to eat as much as I can for dinner because I haven't eaten all day. And then at 8 o'clock again, I stop eating. So my eating window is from 4 to 8. So that's what a fasting protocol is. It just means the hours that you're fasting versus the number of hours that you're feasting, right? Okay, so thank you, Alice. All right, so next one is um, why did you start intermittent fasting? This is from Lisa G in Houston, Texas, which is not too far away from me. Okay, so Lisa, I started fasting when I think I was like 49, going on 50, and I started having hot flashes. I was going through menopause. Uh, Debilitating hot flashes throughout the day, constantly. Um, Day in, day out, it never stopped, even at night. I was hot flashing constantly and sweating. I'd ruin my clothing. It was embarrassing, but it was just uncomfortable. I got to the point where embarrassment, I didn't care anymore. I just wanted relief from the pain and discomfort. So, uh, that had been going on for about 2 years, I think. I always had to have a fan with me. I would carry ice packs with me. I remember going to bed well, I did this several nights, going to bed with ice packs on my chest, like from the freezer. I took them out of the freezer and I took them upstairs to bed. My chest, on my wrists, my stomach, my legs. I had all these ice packs on, all over my body. And my husband probably, he's so sweet. He just, kind of shrugged and was like, I'm sorry. But there was nothing he could do to help. And even the ice packs really didn't help. They made me feel good for a couple of minutes, but after that, I just went back to feeling terrible again. It was difficult to sleep because I was experiencing those hot flashes and night sweats in the middle of the night, soaked with sweat in the middle of the night to the point I had to get up and change my pajamas sometimes 2 or 3 times. Um, and let's see, really rapid weight gain to the point where my clothes didn't fit. I couldn't buy clothing fast enough. And I'm a teacher. I don't make a lot of money, so I can't go out and buy a bunch of clothes. So that was a problem. And just figuring out what to wear in the morning. Like, how do I layer so that I can take my sweater off when I'm having a hot flash? Or, I had to have things that were loose and, could breathe. Just trying to find clothing every morning was such a challenge. And then a lot of my clothes didn't fit and they weren't comfortable and they didn't breathe. And oh, so there was that. I was miserable. I could go on and on. Brain fog, mood swings. I was mean to my family, and I'm not a mean person. So I was experiencing a lot. The list goes on. You can read more about it at painfreeover50.com. You can read more of my story and some of the things that I experienced. But uh, so that I was desperate and I went to the doctor. My doctor was like, well, her advice to me about the weight gain was move more and eat less. And I was working out twice a day. I was just eating as healthy as I could. No sugar, no alcohol, nothing fun at all. Um, and very little processed food, nothing. Just, the basic stuff. And I was just gaining weight and gaining weight and gaining weight. I would work out really hard in the morning and then I'd do another workout at night and I was exhausted and um just yeah, my doctor's advice was, well, eat less, move more. And uh, to sleep at night, take melatonin. I was so desperate. I finally did take melatonin. And it didn't work and it made me feel terrible. So I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. It didn't really even work, It didn't help me sleep. And then I felt hungover in the morning. So that wasn't going to work. So out of desperation, I looked on YouTube, right? What are people doing for menopause? Is there any help out there? Like what? And I came across some videos about intermittent fasting. And I had known about intermittent fasting and I had tried that before, but I wasn't doing a clean fast. I thought I was fasting, but I was, taking my supplements and I was putting cream in my coffee and I shouldn't have been doing that. I was drinking coffee with cream all day long. So I really wasn't fasting. That was kicking me out of my fast. So no wonder I didn't see results during that time. So now I was like, okay, if I can do this clean fast, what have I got to lose? I'll try it for a few days. I'll try it for a week or so. And learn 20 hours, no breakfast, no lunch. You're going to eat a snack at 4, dinner, you can eat whatever during that 4-hour window. And I thought, okay, I'll try this. I'll just try this. And first day, yeah, it was tough, but I got through it. Um, Second day was also a little bit tough. Third day, better. The hot flashes stopped. Third day, hot flashes stopped for me. Now that might be different for you, but that's what I experienced. I didn't have to buy any, weird diet food. I didn't have to buy supplements. I didn't have to, buy a program or, join a club or, I didn't have to do any of that. I stopped doing stuff. I stopped eating during the day. And then just that 4-hour window, I ate up. I ate whatever I wanted to. And when I first started, I just worried about the eating window. I didn't worry about what I was eating. I'd make sure I had a snack available when I got home from work at 4 o'clock. I would eat that snack. And I didn't worry about, oh, how many macros? Like, I don't even know how to calculate macros. How much protein. I didn't worry about that. I just ate to what I felt like eating. And sometimes it wasn't super healthy, but I mean, I managed to get something healthy and some good nutrition in that 4 hours. So that's what I did. And I have never looked back. It got a lot easier when I realized why I was doing it. I was doing it because I was done with the symptoms. I was done feeling miserable every day. So yeah, so that's why I started the intermittent fasting. So another question. Okay, so this is from Sherry D. I tried fasting, but have terrible cravings. It's hard for me to stick to even a 16-hour fast. How do you stick to a 20-hour fast? This is a good question, Sherry. It's a mindset. In the morning when you get up, you make that decision. I'm not gonna eat until 4 o'clock today. I set my coffee maker up because I love my cup of coffee in the morning. Um, I set my cup of coffee up. I do not reach for cream or sugar or any kind of sweetener or any kind of additive to my coffee. I don't. And I enjoy that. And then the rest of the day, I typically go to work during the day. Most of the days that I fast, I go to work and I don't think about it. And I don't stop and think, am I hungry? Like, I don't ask myself. It's a mindset. You've got to just focus on the plan and stick to the plan. And knowing that at 4 o'clock, your snack is waiting for you, have something planned. I don't take a lunch with me. I don't take snacks in my purse. I have a water bottle and cup at work. I have some trace minerals that I put in because you got to keep getting your minerals. Um, you don't want to dehydrate. You got to make sure that you're hydrated. And drinking water will help because you will feel full. But I don't stop and ask myself, am I hungry? Do I want to eat? When my colleagues are all going across the street to Chick-fil-A to get lunch, I do not. They stopped asking if I wanted anything because I let them know, don't ask. Don't ask me. If I decide that I want to start eating again and stop fasting, I will tell you. And I, you know, put in put in my order. I don't. And sorry, 4 years later, I still don't. And I'm still feeling good. And there it is. So, how do I stick to it? You just decide. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is likes to say hi to our neighbor dog. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. This is Bobby. Okay. So that's how I stick to it. I just make a plan and I carry out the plan. Um, if you were on a desert island, you wouldn't be eating because, you wouldn't have food and you would be okay. Like you would find food, right? If you were like maybe on an airplane and they said, "Hey, we're not serving a meal," like, we're not. Um, you'd survive the plane ride. Um, you know, there are just times that we've been in places where we've had to wait to eat and we have survived. And just it's a practice. You just practice it. And just know that if it becomes unbearable, you can eat. Like you can break your fast at any time. Nobody's twisting your arm. But it's a mindset and you decide what you're going to do or not. We've all gone through hard things. And this is just a hard thing. After a few days, it gets a lot easier. In fact, now it's harder for me to eat during the day because my body's just used to fasting. So there it is. That's how I stick to it. Okay, number 4. This is from Liz B in Croatia. Wow. Okay. I just returned home from a wedding in the US and didn't stick to my fasting windows. How do I get my hunger hormones back under control? Okay. So, again, it's just a mindset. Much like the last question, uh, you are going to have maybe some hunger. Once you've, gone back to just, eating on a regular basis, like throughout the day, your body's going to expect it. But once you get back on your 20-hour protocol, it may take a few days for your body to get used to it again, but it will. Because what happens, this is what I've learned, what happens is when we eat, like let's say your body's used to eating every day at 8 a.m., you eat breakfast. And so your body knows that. Your body has like this internal like clock, right? And your liver starts prepping for food. Your stomach starts prepping. All your internal organs start prepping for that meal to come down. They're like, okay, here it comes. And so that's why you start feeling that hunger. Well, when you don't give it that meal for a few days, your internal organs go, oh, okay, this is different. All right, well, let's adjust to this. And now my body preps for food right before 4 p.m. Um, there it is. And then I usually eat about 6:30 ish, sometimes 7. It just depends on what's going on. But my body preps for it again. And then once I'm done with my eating window at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., my body knows it's not getting any more food until the next day at 4 p.m. So your body adjusts and it will get easier, but you've got to get through that first few days. But back to that whole, you went out of out of town for a wedding. That's an event. That's uh, a beautiful social event. You're with family, you're with friends, you're with loved ones. Eat the cake. Eat the wedding cake. Eat whatever food that makes you happy during that time. Enjoy, that's when you're with family and friends, that's different. um, enjoy those beautiful milestones. The celebration dinners, the anniversary dinner, whatever it is, and those things don't happen every day. Those things don't happen even every week. So, when those times do happen during the month or during the year, enjoy. You don't have to fast every single day. Take a day off, like and just enjoy. Give yourself some grace. And if you do decide, hey, I'm not gonna fast today, I'm gonna enjoy it with family and friends, um, then make that decision and enjoy that decision. Don't beat yourself up over it. Um, and as far as getting your hunger hormones back under control, you are in control. You are in control of your body and what your body does. Now, of course, the internal organs know. And feeling hungry, that's okay. It's okay to feel hungry. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel like, I don't want to really do this kind of, it's okay to feel down, but you still do the thing. It's okay. Just do it hungry. Okay. Just do life hungry. And don't worry. After a couple of days, your body's going to get used to it. You're not going to be hungry anymore. Just try it. Try it and report back. Okay. Here's another one. Kelly from Michigan asks, what should I eat during my fasting window? I don't really want to tell people what they should and shouldn't eat. I mean, y'all know what works for you. Of course, healthier foods are the best choice, but you do what you need to do. Um, okay, back to what should I eat? Here's what I like. I like to keep some things that are convenient in the uh refrigerator, and things that are easy to take with me if I need to. I love yogurt. Yogurt is great. Whole, you know, milk yogurt, full fat, um, plain, no flavors. Keep it basic. I like the Chobani Greek yogurt. Trader Joe's has a great one. Look on the label, make sure there's no junk in there. Um, but yogurt is fantastic for the gut. I like to add some fruit. Blueberries are fantastic. I drizzle a little honey over it. Perfect. That's a perfect snack. It's so good. And I feel good. So, what makes you feel good? There are some foods like, especially processed foods that you don't feel good afterwards. So, eat what feels good. Whole foods, um, you know, uh, uh, proteins, eggs. Eggs are a great way to break a fast. However you like them. Um, just avocado, maybe avocado on some whole wheat toast. It's just something basic, something that makes you feel good about, physically good, then mental clarity. Food affects our mood. So experiment with what makes you feel good. Um, that's what I love. Maybe sometimes I'll have goat cheese, and some veggies, things like that to for a snack to break my fast. I hope that helps. But yeah, so please, in the comments, tell us what you like to eat for your snack. What whole foods make you happy? Um, my dog is back. And join our community, pain free over 50. We are in this together. We are trying to tackle those little aches and pains of all kinds, that pop up after 50, because we just want to keep living, as pain free as possible. But we've got to pay attention to our health, take care of ourselves and live, the best life that we can at this stage. It really is a beautiful stage of life. So many good things are happening over 50. So again, join our community. If you go to painfreeover50.com, you can sign up for our newsletter and subscribe to my channel here at YouTube, Pain Free Over 50. And what else? Yeah, like the video if you can, and definitely comment below. Okay, it's been a pleasure with being with you, and I can't wait to see you. See you soon. Bye.